And the ministry itself was started by 2 community leaders and a fellow in prison. And he just saw a revolving door of people continuing to return to prison. He said, we need something on the outside. So John Chilton and Robbie Brown got together with some other people and started Prodigal Ministries. And it started as a mentorship program, and they realized pretty quickly that it was not going to touch the problems and the layers of dysfunction in the lives of the folks who have been in prison. So we rented a house, and then later on we bought a house, and then we bought another house, and then we bought 2 more houses. Actually, the 4th house, if anyone's here is from Southeast Christian, they actually bought the house for us and remodeled it. That was in 2012. But our ladies' house opened in 2005 in Crestwood, Kentucky. So that's kind of the story behind that. Okay, I was here this morning. I was fortunate to speak at the church, and you know how God does things. The message was on the woman at the well, and I made me cry. He talked about how she was, she had a rough past, didn't have a good reputation, she had been abused, she had been used, and she had been cast aside. And so she goes to the well, and she meets Jesus, and she's thirsty. And he told her he could give her water where she would no longer thirst. And I was thinking about that. It's like, that's, our ladies and our men come to us, and they're thirsty. And they look to quench that thirst in relationships, many, many unhealthy relationships, in alcohol, in addiction, and drugs. And so it was like, and that is our what we love to do. We love to help take care of people when they first come in and get them food, clothing, shelter, those things, help restore identification and meet their needs physically. But the most important thing is spiritually. And if everybody leaves and they've heard about Jesus, better yet, they have a relationship with Jesus, and they want to continue walking alongside us, and if they engage in a church or whatever, then we've done what we're called to do as a ministry.
I was kind of always like waiting on the other shoe to drop kind of thing, because like these people kept coming in. I mean, like from day one, they were bringing us food, they were bringing us clothes, necessities. Then we started Bible study groups and stuff like that, and you're always kind of waiting on the other shoe to drop, because everyone you met was like genuinely just good people. You know what I mean? Like they were just genuine. And you just, like I said, you were just kind of waiting for it to happen. Like you're like, oh, these people cannot be like this, you know? But like literally, I just kept meeting more and more people through Prodigal, and literally everyone was like that. Like still today, everyone is like that. Even I'm not at the house anymore, but like we're still family. You know what I mean? Like they're just genuine, just great people. I can just call them up. They even call me up, you know, and we talk, and then we still go to church at the same place, and we do our Christmases together, and it's just really awesome how they just are just such good people, and they just like care about everybody, and they and it's just not like the women at the women's house. You know what I mean? It's everybody that is involved in Prodigal. And even when you meet some of the guys that live at the men's house, like during Christmas and stuff, it's just, they're the same way. I mean, it's just really amazing, and it's all because of God. It truly is, and just starting to build a relationship with Him, and then the relationship is growing and growing, and because, you know, if you just, number one, you have to start living by His will, because your will never worked before. And then two, you know, you have to have a relationship with Him. I mean, anything good in life is through Him, you know.
What are some of the things that Prodigal has offered you that has been beneficial, that will empower you to go home?
The support, the relationship, like me and you going to church. Always been there. There's not a time that I know that I couldn't call somebody from Prodigal, and they come and take me places, or help me or just talk to me, you know. And there's a bunch of them, and everybody's unique. Everybody's
Okay.
different, and they want to be here because they want to be here, or they're here because they want to be here.
Okay.
And you can feel that. I've been around a lot of people, a lot of negative people, and positive people, and they have a spirit on them. When people love you and they got the Spirit of Christ in them, then you can feel it.
Okay.
It's like somebody hugging you, you know?
Yeah.
It's warm.
Yeah.
And it's warm here at this house, and every person here is warm. And there's nothing that I've seen that Prodigal wouldn't do to help somebody.
When I was arrested, I firmly believed that I was rescued.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't look at it as an arrest. I looked at it as Jesus Christ saying, you know what, I got another plan for you. And Jennifer, I can't tell you for the life of me how, why, or, you know, because I wasn't an avid prayer. But to hear that inner voice and to know finally that it was the Holy Spirit talking to me was huge.
And so you embraced what Prodigal offered in the relationships and like Bible study and the activity. I remember, I think one of the first times that we hung out was at a Bats game.
Yeah. When I got to Prodigal, the first person I met was Brad Roberts.
Yeah.
And to this day, I value that man more than a lot of people in my life. I can go to him when I have doubts, when I have questions, when I have, you know, these weird thoughts going through my head, because let's face it, I'm not real good at doing this out here. I'm exceptionally good at doing that behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? So Brad's my mentor, and I tell everybody that I come in contact with. When I got there, I met Brad, and you know, I told him, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. He said, man, just put your foot on the brakes. Just pump the brakes, settle in, and then, you know, we'll take off. And it was the best advice I could have ever gotten. But the Bible studies, John Chilton, Richard Overley, Scott, I mean, those men, Bobby
Schiavone,
his brother
Ray.
Scotty, impacted my life.
Right.
I could be 100% me with those gentlemen, and they accepted me for who I was. Jennifer, that was huge.
Was that the first time you felt like you were accepted for?
By people that hadn't been incarcerated. Because I can walk any yard. You can send me to any penitentiary in the world, and I can walk the yard with my head up. This is the first time in my life I can walk out here on the streets with my head up. Because I have people that I know love me and that I love back as much, if not more, that are never, ever been incarcerated. That's huge.
You feel worthy.
Yeah, yeah. And it's some kind of special. You know what I mean? But the love from everybody at Prodigal, everybody. I will forever tell anybody and everybody what Prodigal Ministries did for me. Period.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's 100.
And I need to say something. The folks that you've met through Prodigal don't just come for you.
No.
The Lord changes all of us.
Yeah.
Like, you have been an influence in my life. Today is an encouragement. And today is an encouragement from you. Maybe not so much of you, but because of what we see God do. It may not be me that is an influence in your life, but it's who the Lord is in you. So he does this mutual transformational thing that benefits staff, volunteers, board, everyone.
I stayed there for about 9 months, but once I moved out, I never stopped coming back. So I came to Bible study every week, and you know, they just really helped me learn the true definition of unconditional love, and I just was so grateful. And now I'm employed by them, so I just appreciate all of you all coming out. Your donations really help save lives, and I am a walking example, so thank you. Okay,
One of the things that I think is cool about Prodigal is we try to offer social opportunities. What did you do this past weekend?
This past weekend, we have been planning, along with the house manager Brad And right now, you know, I said a prayer to Brad when I went outside, because he's feeling under the weather right now. But this past weekend, we had a really blessed and wonderful and grateful and thankful weekend at Taylorsville Lake, where we was able to rent 2 pontoons through the donations and, you know, through the support of the men and women that helps out Prodigal Ministries. You know, we was able to buy food, sodas, and believe it or not, I'm 51 years old, and I felt good because that's my first time ever being on a boat where I could actually ride and let the water hit my hand and be able to drive a boat.
I was gonna say, I saw you driving.
And I was driving that pontoon like I was sitting in a Bentley, and I was feeling good.
How has God blessed you through this?
He really blessed me because he put people in my life like you all, and he blessed me with good people and people that love me, and that now I don't have to have money in my pocket, you know.
Yep.
And you blessed me, and so you blessed me in many ways. You gave me hope, you know. You all have did a whole lot for me, more than my own people. And I ain't mean to get there.
No, I
but,
know.
you know, it is
It's all good.
true. And but it's a blessing to be able to have people in my life that help me, and then I can turn around and help someone else. And I thank God for you.
We love you, and we're rooting for you.
Yeah.
You know,
I thank
anytime.
you.
I was scheduled to come to the one downtown, but due to the Brianna stuff in my past history, they didn't want to put me back into that. And this was God's ordained to put me out there in Butner. And it's been a blessing ever since. You know what I'm saying? I have the number of prosperity. These people here are genuinely love you. They are God-fearing people. And they have helped me grow closer to God in my walk with Christ. And have helped me to change. You know, I work now daily. Before, working wasn't a thing. For 95 wasn't my life. But thank God that he blessed me with these people in my life. They have helped change me and helped me to become a productive citizen in society.
Prodigal gave me an awesome step back in. Like I said before, I've been released from prison before and just kicked out the door. And obviously it didn't work because I came to Kentucky and went back. Here, I decided to do something different with my life. So I reached out to Jennifer while I was still incarcerated. Got accepted to go to the Prodigal House, made a conscious decision to change my life and do things for the better. And you get out, you go to the Prodigal House, they hit you with a bus pass, they hit you with a book bag, socks, deodorant, clothes, shampoo, there's a fridge with food in it, they tell you can eat. So it definitely takes a lot of weight off of your shoulders, and where a lot of people end up relapsing and going back is they don't have that when they get out. And they're out on the street, homeless, nowhere to go, and it's kind of rough.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like. I was down at the police station one night, jail, and there was a guy sitting there, and he'd just come in from South Carolina. The bus had dropped him off, and he was waiting for his mother to come from Alabama to pick him up. And I said, well, so what are you doing here? And he goes, well, I feel like it's the safest place in town. He said, I have no money. I have nothing. It was just like 2 o'clock in the morning. Now,
Yeah.
I don't hang out at the jail, but I was helping somebody that night that had called me. But it was like, I don't know what you would do.
Yeah.
He said he was sitting at the jail, hungry and tired, waiting for his mother to drive up from Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know what you, but you said something. You made a conscious decision, and you probably were going to be okay. We just got to be a part of walking alongside you.
Oh, definitely.
And you still have these folks in your life.
Correct.
I mean, you
On a daily.
Yeah, so it's like once you're in the family, you can't leave unless you just really don't want to be in the family. So your dad's in the family.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. Do you know, you're on our website. Your story is on our website, and I would encourage anyone to listen to that just to hear your story from before. I'm not interested in that story.
Yeah.
I'm interested in where you are today, and I'm so thankful for that God has brought us together. I'm thankful for what he's done in your life, and that we're friends, and that you are still a friend of Prodigal, and that you stay in touch with us, and we get to be a piece of your life.
I'm grateful to have you guys as a piece of my life. I love this place.
I know. Well, we love you.
Everybody, all the women that, from the beginning, I still talk to everybody.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. We've suffered some losses together. Some of the one in particular, Emily. But for the most part, everybody's doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
You came in with a good group.
Everybody was great.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for spending this time
You're welcome.
and getting updated and being willing to share your relationship with us and your story.
Anytime.
Oh,
Anytime.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm going to bring my grandson in on this. Come here a minute, buddy. This is my buddy Nash. He's 12, and I think one of the coolest things, what have you learned listening to his story?
That no matter what, you can always turn it around, and that God is always great.
That's a bright young man.
Yeah, and so you are credible, and that's why you would make a great peer support specialist.
That's what
I would love to see you do that.
You know, he said that